member from Kitchener-Conestoga.
My question is to the Premier. Premier, yesterday you told the CBC that you'd be, quote, adding more GO trains immediately to the Kitchener-Waterloo line. That statement is a big departure from your GO announcement earlier this year when you said it would take until 2016 for you to deliver the trains you actually cut 4 years ago as Transportation Minister.
Gone trains.
Premier, simple question. Did you misspeak yesterday, or have you learned from the error of your ways and now realize your decision to slash GO train expansion to KW should be corrected as soon as possible?
Hear, hear.
Minister of Transportation.
To Transportation.
Well, thanks very much, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the member from Kitchener for his question. This is the second opportunity that I've had since becoming the Minister of Transportation to stand in my place here in the House and respond to a question from that member regarding the crucial investments that we are making in his community and communities right across Ontario. And I'll repeat today, Speaker, what I said on the occasion of responding to that first question, which is this is one of the reasons that it's extremely important for members of that caucus and that particular member to support the budget that we've reintroduced in this legislature, Speaker. We are proposing, we are planning, and we are committed to investing $29 billion in crucial public transit infrastructure which will serve communities like Kitchener-Waterloo. And I know that that member will want to work with us, in particular our members from his region, like the member from Kitchener Centre, to make sure that we implement a plan that makes sense for everyone in his community and right across Ontario.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Speaker, I know the new minister is keen, but these were the comments that were actually made by the Premier.
Yesterday.
So, Premier, I'll ask you again. Premier, I know you've got a majority, but you can ignore me, but not the constituents that I represent. Premier, you doubled down yesterday on your commitment to build high-speed rail from London to Toronto, claiming you could deliver within a decade. Yet you continue to say you need until 2016 to add 2 GO trains to the Kitchener line that you actually cut as Transportation Minister. Premier, do you really expect Ontarians to believe that you can deliver high-speed rail in a decade when you say you need 6 years to add just 2 more GO trains to the Kitchener line?
I don't get it. Minister? Yes. Be seated, please. Thank you. Minister?
Well, thanks very much again, Speaker, and I'm not quite sure how much clearer we can make this on this side of the House from the member opposite. Both with respect to the question around high-speed rail service and regarding the question of increasing GO service to his community. I just want to reiterate, try to make this as clear as I possibly can. Our government is committed to bringing full-day two-way GO train service between the Waterloo region and the GTA. As we've said, this is a plan that's going to take place over the next number of years. The $29 billion that are included in our budget for these kinds of investments will help make sure that we can make this commitment become reality, and we are determined to make that the case, Speaker. I should mention that, as we've said in the past, by the end of 2016, Metrolinx will be adding 4 additional trains, 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon, to serve the Kitchener station. It's also important to note, Speaker, that since 2003, Ontario has invested $19.3 billion in public transit, specifically including $9.1 billion for GO service. I again call on that member to support our budget to help his community.
So again, you just heard the minister say 2016, but the Premier said yesterday she'd add those immediately. So clearly, my constituents and across southwestern Ontario actually deserve an answer on this. So again, Premier, yesterday you told the CBC Kitchener-Waterloo that your Transportation Minister would release a third-party report that you say backs up your claims about high-speed rail from London to Toronto. But just last week, when I actually asked the minister in question period if he'd release the report, he refused. Ontarians are finding it hard to believe that you have any evidence to support your high-speed rail project, especially when experts across the province have rejected the proposal, calling it a fantasy. So, Premier, if you really don't have anything to hide, why don't you just order your Transportation Minister to release that report today?
Here, good question. Thank you. Minister?
Thanks very much, Mr. Speaker. I thank the member opposite for that question again. You know, Speaker, in the interest of trying to provide clarity to that particular member, I am happy to work with him to provide him with a bit of a briefing on this issue outside of this legislature. What I would say, though, Speaker, is it is important to recognize As I said in the answer to the second question, we have made significant investments in crucial public transit infrastructure over the last 11 years, Speaker. And in fact, between 1999 and 2003, the PCs contributed nothing to GO Transit, Speaker, leaving it to municipalities to carry the weight and the responsibility. I think what was abundantly clear, Speaker, I think what was abundantly clear in the course of this last election campaign is that the people of the Kitchener-Waterloo region, along with people right across this province of Ontario, understood the importance of the comprehensive and thoughtful plan that we are going to implement. $29 billion over the next 10 years, $14 billion for communities outside the GTHA, $15 billion for communities inside the GTA.
Thank you.
Get on.